Whenever you see the instructions solve by factoring or solve, you try to factor because that's the quickest way to solve these problems. But what you're doing is you're getting everything over to one side, 0 on the other. And usually I keep the highest degree, this squared, I try to keep that positive. If not, I'll just factor out a negative and then go on from there. But I think it's easiest if you keep the highest degree, in this case 2, keep the highest degree positive. I'm going to subtract 6 from the 15 because they're like terms. And then I will have 0 on the right side. What is this? 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Negative 12x and 4x squared. So I'm solving by factoring, which means I need to factor this part. And again, I try to factor out a GCF, but 9 is not even, so I can't divide by any number. I can't divide by 2. I can't divide by 4. I can do super x on this. A times c in the top. 4 times 9 is 36. Negative 12 in the bottom. Would that be negative 6 and negative 6? I think so. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. You always look at that first. Start with the top, figure out numbers, then check in the bottom. Negative 6 plus negative 6, does that add to negative 12? Yes, it does. This is a super x problem. There wasn't just an x squared, it was 4x squared. So we divide by 4x. Not 4x squared. Some people get confused and they divide by 4x squared and then things go wrong. Just a regular 4x. And then reduce. Divide by 2. And you can do that on both. So we end up with negative 3 over 2x. Negative 3 over 2x. And we can write our parentheses. The bottom first, 2x minus 3. And then the other one, 2x minus 3. And then equals 0. Don't forget to bring that along. Because it's solving, we have one more step. So we just factored to get this, but the equals 0 means that we can actually get an answer for x. And the way to do that is to set each piece equal to 0 and solve. You don't really need to do both of them in this case because they're the same exact thing. So I'm just going to solve one of them. Divide by 2. X equals 3 over 2. This is going to be the same thing. It's actually called a double root, but you don't have to actually do that one just because it's the same exact number. So at the very end, after you factored, you set each piece equal to 0 and solve.